My dad, Martin Caltvedt, made a film which he called The Old Hometown, and which I call Main Street, McCallsburg at Work, 1948. The film begins with, The Old Hometown by Martin Caltvedt. And the film begins with these grain bins outside of McCallsburg. And of course it was a government program. You could get money for storing grain, and they were sealed bins. You couldn't open them until it was given permission. This is a very old-fashioned truck, and I don't know who's driving it, but he goes to the service station that was run by Delmer Helen and Gordon Wuster. This is Mr. Smith. McCallsburg had a weaver, and he would take rags, strips of rags that people would bring him, and make rag rugs out of them. Our family had several, and my wife and I have taken some with us. My sister has them also. Interesting, a weaver. A little side street, and there's the Presbyterian Church. This is the gas station. No, this is the produce station. Umdahl's Produce. And Clifford at this time was a young man, the man carrying the feed sack, and a nice Chevy pickup, brand new. I don't remember his father's name. This is Clifford Umdahl, who was later to become an MP after World War II and wrote a book about it. And this is the gas station. I mean, this is the shelling truck they would hire out. That's probably Delmer Helen there, and I don't know the name of that man. McCallsburg Produce. This was run by Obed Olson, the man on the left, and we would sell him our eggs from our chicken house, and he would give us money, and they would send them on their way to consumers. This is, McCallsburg had 2 gas stations at that time. This is an interesting one. The second is the telephone operator. We don't remember her name, but notice there's a fairly high skill set involved in connecting people. I think our ring was a long and a short, and if we made a local call to our party line, we didn't need operator, but she would connect us to the outside world beyond our party line. Okay, another shot of Main Street. This is Mills Plumbing and Heating. And it's, notice there's a newish car there. There is Willis Mills doing some book work or pretending to. And his assistant, I don't know his name, helping him out. My dad used very strong lighting when he did indoor filming. So they know they're in the movie, on stage. He sold sinks, faucets. He sold this lamp, interesting gas lamp, all these heating products, furnaces. Kohler brand still good. There are bathtubs for sale. There he is, Willis Mills in the bathtub. Nice toilet there. Unfortunately, a piece of film stuck in front of the lens, and so this part is largely covered up. But this was the post office, and my sister tells me it was a woman named Alvina Olson who ran the post office at that time. And there they are sorting mail. So we've already seen several businesses. Yes, very busy time. An important part of the small town. Osted Grocery. It was George and Lillian Osted who had this grocery store, and there's Lillian, you see her on the left, and there's a child, a pretty little child, we don't know who it is. There are cans in the back, but they would do their own butchering in the store. There's George, and I know they allowed people to write things up, that is, pay their bill once a month instead of every time they came in. Too bad about that chip of film. There, notice the honor roll, all the men who served in the armed forces. This, of course, was not that long after World War II. And there's a portrait of someone, I don't know who that is. Andy Thompson. He did farm management and insurance, and I think some farm finance. He was the manager of some of the acres we rented. Finally, we're done with the chip, but this is his office. And there's Andy with the white shirt, and very jolly fellow. There's a staged little conversation about a guy getting a loan for his farm loans from Equitable Life. He caught a deer, a buck. Of course, this is all staged, and you'll have to decide for yourself who the best actor is in this film. I wish I knew this man's name. I don't think he's very good at typing, but he seems to be able to get it done with 2 fingers or so. Okay, we think this is one of the Berglunds. I don't know if it's Sam. I have the feeling it might not be, but he's sharpening a saw. And McCallsburg had very good carpenters. They were able to build buildings. My brother told me that our crib was built by one of them without a blueprint. A little spittle will help get that saw sharpened. Okay, this is really dark, but it's, I believe, Orville Ellingson doing tractor work of a tractor. Nope, sorry, still the same carpenter here. And now we're at William Tett's implement shop and tractor machinery repair. And that is Orville working on a tractor. See, it's partly torn down. It's an Oliver, which is what the brand they sold there. This man looks very familiar, but sorry, I don't remember his name now. Another Berglund. That is William himself. The plow. Very old-fashioned. I think it's part of a planter where they would make the furrow in front of the seat. The man, does someone recognize him? I should. Yeah, they did machining. All these skills that were involved, from weaving to machine work and fine carpentry. Now we're at the hatchery. And their name was Cook. And the little girl with the braids, the blonde, is Joan. and we think it's her sister, the older sister, Mona. My sister tells me that Joan, it might be Joanne, but anyway, she was known for wearing coveralls, which girls did not do. But her coveralls were white, so they didn't look like the men's. And but she worked hard in her dad's hatchery. Later in life, she came to visit my mother during Ragbri. She was riding and stayed with my mother one night, got a warm shower in Story City. The eggs before they're hatched. It's a big operation. The girls helped. Watering the little chicks. I remember little chicks myself. They have to be kept warm. We had heat lamps, and you don't want to start a fire with your heat lamp. It's a danger. Now they're having some fun with an artificial cow, demonstrating I believe, Surge brand milking machine, which was kind of a new thing back then. And we bought one, and they're bossy, giving the plastic cow some grass, and I don't know where they got it. I think it might have been from a fair, a demonstration at a fair. Oh, now we're second little film is called The Britson Wedding. The bride was from Berg, but they held it at Bergen Lutheran Roland because it was large enough. This bride had 10 sisters, all of whom were bridesmaids. Are there viewers out there who recognize the attendees? Britson Wedding. This one is in color. My dad, color was higher priced. Color isn't perfect because he would buy it when it was out of date. It was cheaper that way. Beautiful church. It looks the same now. Here is the reception. He was not really invited to the wedding. Didn't go inside with his bright lights. But it's cute to see the little ring bearer and flower girl. But there they are, the reception line with the bride and all of her sisters. The family loved this film, and they would ask my dad over and over again if they could come over and visit and watch their movie. And eventually, I think we loaned it to them. Nice hats they had back then. The one person I recognize, there's Johnny Caltvedt, my cousin. Okay, they're getting ready. Here's the bride. The groom is kind of not so important apparently, but here they are. Here they are, all the sisters. Each had a bouquet. And it was nice of them to do this just for the camera. I mean, they had the reception line. Beautiful day, a little windy. The mother of the bride, she has a pillow with a flower on it. Okay, who is this? The woman brings her husband out to be shown. These guys are farmers because you can tell they're... Okay, it's over, folks.